everybody, it's Shayna with Robinson Repurposing, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 or 4, I think 4 different, I can't remember how many are in this video, items that are super easy to find at the thrift store for one, super easy to repurpose, so, and then minimal supplies are needed to do these projects. Basically, like I've been trying to do lately, basically just paint, and then a few other supplies that you can also thrift. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into this video. So like I said, this first one here is just something you can always find at the thrift store. It's just an old tin, and I had actually tried to resell these before, and I have had no luck reselling them as is, so I decided to go ahead and repurpose them. I went ahead and painted 1 coat of slick stick on there, and then 2 or 3 coats of buttercream to get the full coverage on here. And then I'm going to use this stencil, and we're going to create a checkered pattern. Instead of that stencil, there's actually for a form of buffalo check pattern, but I'm going to do a stencil, or just a checkered pattern is what I'm trying to say. So I kind of took me a minute to get it figured out, but after I got it figured out, this went really smooth, and I ended up just doing the whole 10 with this checkered pattern. So as you can see here, I was kind of doing this the hard way. Like, it took my brain a minute to realize that all I had to do was not what I was doing. Like, I didn't have to do that. I could have just kept going. Like right there, I finally figured out that I could just kind of keep going with what I had setting on the lid. Anyway, super easy process, but you could easily use tape to do this. And honestly, I think that would be easier, and it would probably be better just because I didn't get like totally perfectly smooth lines with this stencil, but you would if you had tape, you would get perfectly smooth lines. So that's what I would do. But I didn't have any tape on hand, so like I said, the stencil did work out though. And I don't know if I'm late to the game, but I've been seeing this checkered pattern everywhere lately. So I actually just saw it on TikTok in somebody's video I was watching. Hers was pink and white though. It was like a store-bought checkered pattern little container, and it was super cute. So that's where I got the inspiration, and I just wanted to make mine more of a neutral color, but pink would be so cute too for like Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness, so cute. Or even spring. But yeah, you can kind of just watch the rest of this process and kind of see how I did this. It's pretty straightforward, and then I just repeated this same process here on the whole rest of the tin. And once I finally figured it out, I just like did it. It took 2 like sets, and that's how I finished it on each side. And then I decided to add this little wooden emblem to the side. I don't know why. I guess like this will be the front, and I don't really know why. I had that in my stash, and I just thought it looked so pretty. Wait till you guys see it. It's so cute. Okay, and then here's the final look at how it turned out. I mean, how cute is this? Such a fun little upcycle from something that was literally just laying in my basement doing nothing except cluttering up the basement. And now it can be so useful in like the bathroom or something. OMG, so cute. Okay, and then we're going to move on to this one. Okay, so I didn't prime this with Slick Stick, but I probably should have because it was kind of a glossy surface, but I'm just going to go ahead and go right in with I started with buttercream, but then I changed my mind. As you can see here, I almost dropped this too, by the way. I decided to go in with cobblestone. I was listening to Shania Twain, so I had to jam there in that part. Anyway, I just coated that whole thing with that color, and then I took some white paint and dry brushed it on, that it has like a white dry brush look on it. You guys have probably seen that in my past videos. And if you have not, definitely go check out a past video. You'll see me dry brushing. I've done that many, many times. And then I just had this little vintage white flower that I thrifted from Goodwill bins, and I attached it to the middle of this little tin planter thing. And I just love that. I absolutely love how this looks. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I just think that's adorable. I love that. And then here you'll see I just decided to stage it up with some stuff that I had in my craft room. I'll just let this process play out, and you guys can kind of see what I was doing here in my thought process with this. And I love this. This is probably my favorite one in this video today. There's no sound in this part, guys. I am never going to pay for music on YouTube, and so you guys will have some silences in my videos sometimes. Unless I make it really big on here, then I might pay for music, but otherwise I'm not. Anyway, and then this, I also had to turn the volume off of the actual sound because my kids were screaming in the background, so. OMG. Like another little book right there, kind of like. Okay, and then here's a final look at how this turned out. I set it up in my entryway, and I actually think I'm going to keep this because I love it so much. I think it's so cute, and I can add like seasonal things into it, and I can turn it around if I don't want the flowers showing. Love it. Okay, and then moving on to this little part. This was just an idea, kind of like an afterthought after I got that done. I took the Scrabble letters spring and I put them on a popsicle stick because I was trying to see if I liked it, and this was the best way I could think of to hold them up to this thing. So I thought they might look kind of cute right there. I was thinking about gluing that right there. I can't decide. Not gonna add it for now just because it's not spring yet, but maybe come spring I'll add that back on there maybe. And then moving on to this here, I had a Scrabble letter holder and then this scrap piece of wood thing that I think I got from Hobby Lobby. And I just wanted to attach that to the top of that and just kind of make this little thing more decorative and just super cute. So this is footage from my live the other day, but I just wanted to edit it down to make it quicker and more to the point for you guys. So I'm sorry if it's kind of chopped up. But yeah, anyway, I took a popsicle stick and cut it to length of that little wood piece. And then I just hot glued the whole thing together. I hot glued a little piece to the back of the wooden plaque and then a little bit of the wood, you know, from the popsicle stick down to the bottom to hold it. And it worked out really, really well, actually. And it was surprisingly sturdy. I actually was genuinely surprised. And I was trying to think of another way to do this, but I honestly do not know what else you would do to kind of hold that on there other than maybe add like some type of a screw. But honestly, that's like a lot, you know, for just this little project. So I think that this works out just for a little decorative piece, and it ends up being so cute. And then I do end up painting this white just because that where the glue was really chunky and you could really see it. So I do end up painting it with buttercream, and it looks so pretty. And I thought about taking antique wax to wax it, but I didn't end up needing it. It already looked kind of distressed because of the grooves of that wooden piece, and then I just didn't put a full coverage coat on the bottom, so it ended up looking really cute. And then I took the word love and sat this on this for kind of like a Valentine's Day decor piece, but you could also, you know, put spring or bunny or anything, happy, I don't know, all kinds of words that could go on there to just sit around your house, sit somewhere cute. Okay, and for being so simple, look how dang cute this turned out. I absolutely love this, and you could do so many things with this idea. Okay, and then this last one here is kind of like a spin-off of the one we just made. Same concept. I just wanted to add bunnies to this one. So this one is just going to be, it's kind of like a little spring project, even though it's really early for spring. But I just wanted to make this today and get you the idea. So it's literally so simple and so easy. And same concept, like I said, as the last one. I just took the little popsicle sticks and glued them to the back of the bunny, and then I glued them to the back of the Scrabble letter holder. And then this one, like right here, for example, ended up being just a tad too long, so I ended up cutting off the bottom of the stick a little bit more, as you can see there. Super simple, though. Your scissors, if they're big scissors, they should just cut right through the popsicle stick, and super simple. And then I did 3 bunnies on this, so I just repeated the process the next 2 times, same exact thing. Okay, and then to see what this looked like, I took my spring letters from earlier that I made, that I glued onto a popsicle stick, and I sat them on here. And the only issue with this one is the little tails kind of stick out too far for the spring to like set back into the letter holder properly, you know what I mean? So I'm debating on whether or not to lift the bunny tails, like to pull them off and lift them up a little bit and kind of like center them on the bunny's butt there. But I don't know. Or I could take the letters, like right here, I take the letters bunny and I kind of like offset them. So I don't know. Like I said, this is just something, it's very early for spring crafts, but this is just an idea I had pop into my head today when I was making these. So I wanted to go ahead and play around with it. And yeah, so like right there, you could kind of do that. And then I played around with some greenery. Like you could stick some greenery and some other stuff onto the side. It's a fun little idea though to play around with. But stay tuned for this one. I will end up sharing what I do with this in a later video closer to springtime. Okay, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you are not already, definitely go give me a follow over on Whatnot and every other social media too, actually, like Instagram and TikTok and all the other places. I share a lot on, especially Instagram. I'm trying to share on TikTok more. And then, of course, Whatnot is like my new favorite thing right now. As you can see here, here's just some footage of kind of like a day in the life of a Whatnot day, you know, when I have a sale and then when I have to ship, all the things. It's so much fun. And I will link all that type of stuff in the description box. And also, that right there is my shirt that's I Would Rather Be Thrifting. That it will be linked also below the videos.